We're stepping out of the box today on Wavefile.
Hi, welcome to Wavefile. I'm Ryan Caldwell.
And I'm Andrea Farewell. Today we're featuring young women who are living for God and making an impact in the world around them.
Akiana is called a binary child prodigy because she paints and writes poetry. Have a listen as she talks about how it all got started.
When I was 4, I started having these dreams of converting my family to Christianity, but because my family was atheist. But after when I had those visions, came along that I had those visions of painting and drawing, and I started right from there, and then I started painting at the age of 7. It was visions about meeting God, and after that I started having these visions of being in heaven and meeting other people in heaven. I cannot really remember how it was heaven about. I just could remember that I met God that day, and after when I had those visions of meeting God and being in heaven, I had those visions over and over again, and I started believing in Him. My mom, she was an atheist. She never shared her beliefs with us. So I grew up in an atheist family, so I didn't know anything about God. When I started having those visions, it came about when I started knowing God, and then I converted my family to Christianity.
We have Akiana's poem, Adam and Eve, next, but I should warn you, her poetry is very deep. Have a listen.
We run through all the fields we've never dreamed of, but we haven't learned how to play. But we haven't learned how to walk. We look through all the space scopes, but we haven't learned how to talk. But we haven't learned how to see. We know what no one has ever known, but we haven't been born, but we haven't yet lived.
Wow, Ryan, I don't know if I caught all of that, but it sure is amazing to see how inspired her work is.
Yeah, well, have a listen as Akiana shares about where that inspiration comes from, getting frustrated, and the meaning behind the colors of her paintings.
The colors.
The colors.
Huh.
After I met God, I knew that I had a gift, and I actually, when I started drawing, it was amazing. I was impressed. Is this me? Am I doing this work? And because I said to myself, this isn't I. This is God who's given me this gift to share with others and to help others, like with charity, and to help others with like poverty and around the world. Sometimes I'm a little frustrated when I'm doing on my art, and I said, why is it me? And when I just say, I can't do it, it's impossible. When I'm really frustrated, I go away into another quiet room. I just sit there, just don't do anything with all my painting clothes. Well, when I just sit there, he said, just go on, it's okay. You could fix your mistake, everything's possible. And then when I do that, I feel much better. Well, some of the meanings of my colors is white is like the color of the truth, black is the color of suffering, red is the color of love, violet is the color of visions, and many others, like pink is the color of trust, and violet is the color of visions. Sorry, I repeat that over. And many others, like brown is the color of rest.
It sure makes you think about the purpose for your own life, doesn't it? Well, here's another poem by Akiana called By the Light.
Against the ocean waves, my senses hold the eroded canyons. On a 9-mile cliff, today I see God. From different scenes, all in sync, where inspiration's under construction, where I keep afloat the universe, where the boat never sinks the boat, where tasting sweet air and scared of heights, the footsteps explore the drop-offs. Only from the dark, cold tunnels white diamonds come, but only by the light they are recognized. I like poetry because I love writing, and I want to do something with writing. When I first started poetry, it was like a homework for my homeschooling. So I started writing and then writing and writing, and then I said, oh, this is just a little story. Then I showed it to my mom. She's like, what? Whoa, 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 whoa. Is that you? This is you who wrote this? She couldn't even believe it. And that's the first time when I showed my mom that I had this talent to share with others, that is poetry. So I am pretty impressed today even. Well, I have like 400 poems, and my book is gonna be published like this April, like next year, and it's gonna be 2 books: Akiana, her art, her poetry, and her life. And another book is gonna be Akiana, just her poetry. So.
Next, Akiana shares about what she would do if God asked her to quit painting, her favorite food, and what she wants to say to you.
He is the one that gave me this gift. It's his choice if he wants me to do something else. It's his choice if he wants me to stay there. So if he wants me to follow him and stop with my art, I'll do it. It's his will. My favorite food is the food that I share with others. And that food that I share with others is like healthy food, like whole wheat bread and like fruits and stuff like that. Well, I just need to tell people they need to know God more. They need to spend time with themselves to talk to God, even by themselves. They need just to go away and just have some quiet time and talk to him. That's how I do every morning, and I hear him. He tells me what to do, and they just need to hear God to have their mission completed. If some are chosen to bow down to wear the yokes, some are chosen to live in a spark. The scabs are puzzled everlastingly. Weaned honor is delivered in the midst of dark. Bowing to themselves the crownless kings, sitting in their own bent thrones, as cattle live in castles full of lying claw prints. Life becomes the play with ashes of the drones. Before the glass palaces, the sand. Before ruby swords, the fists. Before the chipped heaven, the chipped view. The nestlings in the marble nests.